Hello, very warm welcome. Really excited. Nürburgring's back. We're on the classic track. Can't wait for practice one. Really excited to see the cars out there. Oh no. Yeah, practice one, total washout at Nürburgring. I feel absolutely gutted for Mick Schumacher and Callum Ilott. They're basically not going to be able to go out. The medical helicopter cannot fly to the hospital, so under safety grounds, practice one is going to be a washout. The TV crew is up in the sky, but the medical helicopter has to be able to fly to the hospital, and the weather is terrible. Very cloudy, very foggy, raining. I mean, yeah, gutted. And it's gutting for Mick Schumacher. Home race, first taste of a practice session. Callum Ilott, hopefully they can do another one and they can pencil that in, like Imola, maybe. Because it's gutting. Their first F1 practice session and they're not allowed to do it because of, like, practice is a total washout. We've got updates flying on my laptop here. This is not good. Yeah, 37 minutes to go, practice one. We've had no running. We get half an hour updates. Yeah, there's no chance. I can say with 37 minutes to go that this practice session is done. It's finished. We will not see any running in practice one today. Hopefully in practice two we can see some running. But I feel gutted for Mick Schumacher and Callum Ilott. Their first chance. Well, their first F1 weekend. Obviously they've driven F1 cars before, but this is a huge opportunity. There's seats at Alfa Romeo, there's seats at Haas. This is a massive opportunity to stamp their authority on a practice session. And it's a washout, it's finished. 37 minutes to go, there's no chance we get a run-in. We've waited 7 minutes for the next update. And the next update was a session over, basically. Because on safety grounds, of course, it's highly unlikely that a driver would have a big crash in practice, but you can't take that risk. Safety is number one. If a driver goes off, has a huge shunt, and he needs to go to hospital, you've got to be able to take him in a helicopter, which is, the hospital is like 45 minutes away, and obviously the weather is absolutely shocking, and the helicopter's unable to fly. The TV crew are up in the air, but the medical helicopter cannot fly. Yeah, disappointing. Gutted. Really fired up for this weekend. I was absolutely buzzing. I'm a big watcher of F2. I've been watching Mick Schumacher and Callum Ilott battling it out for the F2 title. I was really excited to see what they could do. Of course, it's only practice, but Mick Schumacher against Kimi Räikkönen. Callum Ilott against Kevin Magnussen. Would have been interesting to see, but practice one is a total washout at the Nürburgring. There's absolutely no chance that we're going to see action in practice one. Hopefully practice two it can fare up. It's just far too foggy, and the medical helicopter cannot fly to the hospital, so under safety grounds we cannot run the practice session. Of course, everyone's ready. The TV crew are up in the air. The mechanics, the drivers, the cars, they're all ready. But this is a safety aspect. Massively frustrating, but you can't take the risk. Because if we take the risk, someone has a massive shunt, there's going to be massive questions. And people saying that we shouldn't be going to Nürburgring in October. No. Let's just be thankful that we've actually got an F1 season underway. Obviously with COVID, massively affected the F1 season. I don't agree with that. Of course it's going to be cold and there's a chance of this weather in Nürburgring in October. But let's just be thankful that we've got F1 races and we've actually got an F1 season up and running. Because I love Formula 1 and we could have not had a season. And that would have been painful. But yeah, there's going to be no running in practice one. Hopefully in a couple of hours, practice two, we can get underway. I don't usually do practice videos but when stuff like this happens, I'm like talking, not I'm talking what I think, so let me pull it out there on a video. It's frustrating, but safety is priority. But there's no chance we're going to run. I'm just watching it in the background, so I've got my laptop sat here, TV in the background. Obviously I can't show the footage because that would be copyright, but yeah. There's no chance this practice session is going to go ahead. Absolutely no chance. We've got like 5 minutes now till the next update. We had an hour and a half practice session. Once it got to an hour, we have an update. We're not going out. It'll get to 30 minutes and they'll say basically practice session's done. We'll wait to practice 2. Hopefully practice 2 we can get out there. I'm fired up. I really am fired up for this weekend. I'm like buzzing. We're back at Nürburgring, a classic track, an old school track. You go off, you're punished. None of this run off nonsense. And this is the tracks we should be going to. And it's criminal that we don't have a German Grand Prix actually on the calendar. We've only got this race due to COVID. But yeah. Of course, join me for qualifying reaction, race reaction, driver ratings. There could be a bit, well, it's raining, it's cloudy. Could make for an entertaining race, but we don't want this come qualifying. It's meant to be a lot brighter tomorrow. Sunday, probably high chance of rain. 32 minutes 20 seconds, so we will be getting an update. We're gone to an advert, so it's not really 2 minutes 30 to wait, but I can already know what it's going to say. The session's basically over. We cannot do the session due to the medical helicopter not being able to fly, and safety for the drivers is paramount. Massively frustrating for a hardcore F1 fan. We just want to see running, but understandable in the circumstances. I love F1, mate. I literally live for it. Live, breathe, die for Formula 1 and football. Massive passions. Hopefully my team McLaren can have a better weekend than they did in Russia. And hopefully Lewis Hamilton will be 91 wins, equaling Michael Schumacher. 91 wins apiece. Michael Schumacher. I mean, it's going to be ironic, isn't it? Lewis Hamilton, 91 wins in Formula 1, equals the record of Michael Schumacher at Germany. Like, crazy how these, like, stats end up being at Michael Schumacher's home race. Crazy. Massively frustrating. Honestly, I was probably more excited for this weekend than I have been in a long while. Plus we had a week's break. But we should just be thankful that Formula 1 is back. Of course it's massively frustrating when we've got no running and we're just watching with no cars on track, but it is what it is. I mean, we should just be thankful we have a season. We've managed to get 18 races in. No, 17. By the time we come to the end of the season, so oh, COVID kicking in. Jesus, that's the first time I've coughed in about 3 months. Interesting. By the time I'm trying to hold off and keep the video going just so we get the update while I'm doing this. But I started recording this 37 minutes. We're coming up to the 30-minute mark, so we'll get an update. Obviously we're on an advert right now, but as soon as we go back it's going to say practice 1 over. So Nürburgring practice 1 total washout because the medical helicopter can't fly basically. I'm absolutely gutted though for Mick Schumacher and Callum Ilott. This is their huge opportunity, and hopefully Haas and Alfa Romeo will do it again at another circuit because they've not been given a chance under the circumstances. Obviously F2 finish in Bahrain, so maybe they can come out and do a practice session at Imola, but Imola's only 2 days, so the drivers are going to want to be in the car. Portimao, Turkey, we've got races coming up. But it is I mean, they would have been buzzing for this opportunity. An opportunity to drive in practice 1 for the first time. Stamp their authority down. I should be on the grid in 2021. And obviously with the medical helicopter not being able to fly, they're not allowed to go out. Looks like we're coming back. Here we go. Eifel GP. No change to the weather situation. Pit exit will not open for this session. So finished. Practice 1 over. As I predicted. And yeah, that's finished. Practice 1 is over. Nürburgring practice 1 is over. What the hell is Daniel Ricciardo doing? Daniel Ricciardo's in the safety car. What the hell? So yeah, Nürburgring practice 1 is over. Medical helicopter cannot fly. Hopefully in a couple of hours the weather will clear up, the cloud, the mist, the fog, and we can get some running in. Absolutely gutted for Mick Schumacher and Callum Ilott, but safety is paramount. And yeah, there we have it. Thanks for watching. Comment down below, we'll always reply. Join me for qualifying reaction, race reaction and driver ratings for the Eifel GP. And here we go, Mick Schumacher just giving a wave to his home crowd. He will be absolutely distraught with that. But he will get another chance. And let's see who can win that F2 title. Him or Callum Ilott. Heart-wrenching for them two. Heart-wrenching.